All right, cool. So here is your follow along foam rolling and stretching routine. The theory behind this is really simple. If I can increase the quality of your muscles and how well they work, then I can get you better results. So if I could get you, say, 1% better results every time you worked out over 10 workouts, that means I got you 10% better results than I would have had we not done a little bit of regeneration work on your day off. So I'm going to blow through this, and I'm only going to show you on one side of my body. What I want you to do is I want you to go a little bit slower and obviously do both sides of the body, so you might have to pause this video if that's the case. So I'm going to take you through, first thing we're going to do is we're going to foam roll, and then we're going to get into the stretches after. So for foam rolling, start with calves. So one foot goes on top of the other, and I'm going to get some pressure on that roller by picking myself up, and I'm going to roll up and down my calf, and you'll notice how I'm getting pressure on the entire belly of the muscle. So I'm going from the ankle till just under the knee, and I'm hitting all sides of it up and down. Probably a good practice would be get about 10 passes per muscle. Okay? Then we'll move up, you do your hamstrings. Hamstrings, you have two choices. You can either A, do it on the floor, which I find is okay. What works better for me, I have an 18-inch box here, but you can use a chair. So getting the hamstring on it, on here, I feel like I can get more body weight on it this way, just get a little bit more pressure. Then the next one from that hamstrings would be under the knee to right below the glute. Then I'd go to adductors, which is just like basically the inner thighs. And so now I like the elevated platform again. And you'll notice like it's not just the side of my quad, and it's definitely not my hamstring, it's kind of in between the corner. Try and get all the way down to the knee. You might have to rearrange here. It can be done on the floor. I'll show you what that looks like. Here, I find I don't get quite as good pressure, but it is an option. From there, we're going to go glutes. So if you're going glutes, all I want you to do is I want you to sit on one butt cheek. So if I'm sitting on my right butt cheek, that means my right leg is going to be crossed on top of my left. Bent here, I've got a hand down to kind of help balance me. You want to roll, really focus on like that high outside part. So almost up to like your low back, right, when you do it. All right, so glutes. Once you do your glutes, then we'll do IT band, which if I'm standing is from just from the side of my leg, from the hip all the way down to the outside of the knee. Probably one of the more tender areas. So I'll warn you, so if you need to take body weight off, see I've got that foot right there. Kind of roll that sucker up and down, about 10 passes or so. From there we'll go to quads. So quads, just obviously the front of the thigh. Try and get that little knob right here in your knee. It's called your VMO. It can be real tender in there. Make sure you get some rolls on it. If there are spots that are more tender than others, feel free to like spend a little bit longer on those spots, and it'll help to work out, and it'll get better as time goes on. Okay. Then you're going to go right to your hip flexors. So I'm going right below the hip bone there, kind of at a 45-degree angle. So I'm not completely face down. I'm not on my side either. I'm kind of in between. Several passes there. From there we go lats. So to hit your lats right here, what you do is you put the roller on the ground. We're going to go thumb up with the arm nice and long. And you're going to roll under that armpit is going to be the most tender area. All right? And then down into your back a little bit. 10 passes or so. T-spine. We're going to go, you're going to start from the mid-back up. Okay, we're going to avoid the low back for this for right now, okay? So hug yourself and just kind of roll mid to upper back. 10 passes or so. This one should feel the best out of all of them. And then we're going to do some extensions on it, right? So because we sit at a desk, most of us like this all the time at a computer, we want to kind of cancel out that bending or kyphosis of the spine. And so what you'll do is you'll hold on to your neck here, make sure your butt's on the floor, your abs are nice and tight, and the roller is just below your shoulder blades, but no lower. And all you do is just take a deep breath, and just exhale, and drape over the roller. So, kind of hit one spot there, then maybe get up a little bit higher. Again, make sure butt stays down, core stays tight, and then you're supporting your neck with your hands there, so I'm not like cranking back or forth on it, right? And last one is pecs. Hang right there, gonna be all. So for your pecs, we have lacrosse balls here. You can use a tennis ball, baseball, doesn't really matter. Come on over here so that you see the side of the wall. So I'm just gonna take the ball right here, and I'm gonna roll that whole area. Kind of awkward looking. The most tender area would be like right here, underneath the armpit. Get in there if you need to like lift your arm up to kind of get on it. Whatever, you'll see when you start rolling it, it's really tender, it needs some attention. So that is the foam rolling part of things, right? For the stretching part of things, back up a little bit. So I'll just start back at the top then with calves. The key to stretching is a couple things. Number one is don't stretch too hard, don't stretch too soft. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is very intense, 1 is not intense at all. Find the best stretch effect will happen at about a 7, okay, about a 7. And the second thing is to breathe properly while you stretch. When you breathe, you should relax and you should push your belly out as you breathe in through your nose. So if you notice when I breathe, if I go, you can see my belly goes out and nothing really happens in my chest. If you take a deep breath right now and you put one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, most people, if you look at my chest, will have that kind of happen. We don't want that. That's not good breathing, and that's not the breathing that will help you stretch. So try and practice breathing through your stomach. So for calves, all we do is hands on the floor, back legs nice and straight. I'm wrapping this around here. I'm getting gentle pressure, driving the heel to the ground. 20, 30 seconds, right? Then just give me a slight bend in the knee and continue to stretch. Probably get a little closer to the Achilles. Next, we're going to go hamstrings. We have bands here to do this, but you can do it with a belt. So hamstrings, we do two-way. Put the band in the arch of the foot, and the bottom leg stays straight up to the sky, so I'm not turning this out at all. That kind of cheats. So I'm just going to straighten this leg out. I'm going to pull it back, right? I'm going to hold for about 20, 30 seconds and breathe. Next one is I'm going to pull across my body here, hit the outside of the hamstring. You'll notice I'm still keeping that toe up on the down leg, right? 20, 30 seconds. Right? From there, we'll go glutes. I'll take the belt real close to here and hug my knee and just pull this up towards me, right? Again, breathe and relax. Then we'll go hip flexor. You might want to like fold up a towel, put it on your knee on the floor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a good half kneeling position. So I've got about 90 degrees here and then 90 degrees back there. I'm up nice and tall. And all you really want to do is kind of squeeze your butt cheek on the leg of the knee that's on the floor and kind of tuck your tailbone a little bit for me. So just tuck your tailbone, squeeze your butt. You should feel a stretch in the front of that leg or in that thigh, right? We'll hold that for about 20, 30 seconds. From there, we're going to go to adductors, which is that inner thigh. This can be a very troubled area for a lot of people. So you'll notice I've got one knee down, I've got one foot down. The toe is straight ahead and the foot's flat on the floor. So I'm not like this and it's not here, right? So I'm holding this out and then I'm just going to breathe and relax. Right. Hold for the adductors. Right. Next one we're going to do standing quads. I'm going to just grab just stand up, grab a wall, pull my quad to balance, right? And I'll just hold that, breathe for about 20, 30 seconds. And then the next one we've got is your leg over. So if we lay down here, one leg comes up across, pull that knee nice and high, and then pull it across your body. Notice this hand stays down here. Should feel a stretch all the way through the side over here. Right. And then two more we've got lats. Lats, I would say grab a doorway. So if you just go up to a doorway, you can kind of hold onto the doorway and kind of lean back like so, and you'll feel your lats start to stretch. And then for pecs, also uses a doorway. If you just kind of put one arm up here, and then just kind of rotate away until you feel a stretch in your pecs or so. And that's it. So that is your foam rolling and stretching routine. Cool.